Now, preview time. So let's take a look at what's coming your way.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome to another brand new installment of Renegades Reviews, exclusively here as always on the Casa D18 Studios channel. I, of course, am your host, the Renegade JJ Williams, and today, ladies and gentlemen, the witches are back. We're going to be discussing the Disney Plus original film Hocus Pocus 2, starring Bette Midler, Sarah Jessica Parker, Kathy Najimy, Whitney Peak, Belissa Escobedo, Lila Buckingham, Sam Richardson, and Doug Jones. What's going on, everybody? Thank you for joining me here once again for another brand new installment of Renegades Reviews. As I said in the introduction, going to take a look at the Disney Plus original film Hocus Pocus 2. Now, as I alluded to a little bit yesterday, we very easily could have done Hocus Pocus 2 for new release Saturday this month, but I wanted to try and give a little bit of family-friendly fare to break up all the murderers and the serial killers that we're discussing this month. If you think about it, we went from A Nightmare on Elm Street to The Addams Family. From Scream to Hocus Pocus, Hocus Pocus 2. And then we're going to finish out the month with the Halloween saga. So, it's trying to break things up a little bit, break up the monotony with a little bit of family-friendly fare thrown in the mix there. And then we even had the Munsters for new release Saturday. We got The Curse of Bridge Hollow for new release Saturday. Again, more family-friendly fare for the Halloween and the spooky, just to kind of break things up a little bit. But I digress. We're not here to talk about those. here to talk about Hocus Pocus 2, the Disney Plus original film. Let's get into it. Our movie opens in 1653 as a young Winifred Sanderson is banished from Salem, Massachusetts by the Reverend Trask due to her defiance of the authority of the church and its request for her to marry John Pritchett. Now, rather than allow her sisters, Mary and Sarah, to be taken away from her, Winifred escapes with them into a nearby forest. Once in the forest, the sisters make the acquaintance of Mother Witch, who gifts Winifred her magic book as a gift for her 16th birthday. However, she explicitly warns against using a spell known as Magica Maxima. Mother Witch also teaches the sisters how to kill other children in order to help keep their youthfulness. We then jump ahead to the present day, 2022, and it is 29 years after the Sanderson sisters were resurrected by the black flame candle. Salem teenagers Becca and Izzy prepare to celebrate both Halloween and Becca's 16th birthday. But they turn down an invitation to a party being thrown by their estranged friend, Cassie Trask. Becca and Izzy then go and visit a magic shop, which is the former Sanderson cottage, and it's being run by Gilbert, who gifts Becca a candle for their annual birthday ritual. When Becca and Izzy light the candle, they discover that it's another black flame candle. Since there is a full moon and both of the girls are virgins, the candle once again resurrects the Sanderson sisters. The girls manage to outwit the Sanderson sisters in a local Walgreens and then escape back to the magic shop, where they discover that Gilbert tricked them into reviving the Sanderson sisters. Now, Gilbert witnessed the events that occurred on Halloween back in 1993 and was taught how to make a black flame candle by the spell book. When the sisters catch up to the girls, they spot a campaign flyer belonging to none other than Mayor Trask, who is Cassie's father and a direct descendant of Reverend Trask, the same man who tried to banish Winifred from Salem in 1653. Now, Winifred decides that they will cast the Magica Maxima spell in order to completely eliminate Trask and take revenge on Salem. The Sanderson sisters trap Izzy and Becca in the basement and leave to hunt down Trask, whose blood is needed to complete the spell, all while Gilbert is forced to collect the other ingredients. The girls escape and head to the Trask house in order to warn the mayor, while the sisters find their way to the town's Halloween carnival and enchant the citizens to help them find the mayor. Meanwhile, Gilbert goes to the cemetery in order to dig up Billy Butcherson, who has been awake but entombed since 1993. Gilbert needs Billy's head for the Magica Maxima spell, but he tricks Billy into helping him collect all the other ingredients first. The girls reunite with Cassie and manage to trap the sisters within a salt circle in Cassie's garage before Mayor Trask returns home. The three teenagers all make amends with one another, but their reunion is short lived when the sisters escape the circle and kidnap Cassie in order to use her blood instead. Becca and Izzy follow them to the Forbidden Forest, where Gilbert has assembled all of the ingredients and soon discovers that Becca is also a witch. The sisters partially cast the spell and increase their power, but Becca is able to distract them while Izzy rescues Cassie. Becca then manages to convince the book that it doesn't have to answer to Winifred any longer, and Becca flees with the book further into the forest. Book then shows the girls a warning about the Magica Maxima spell, stating that whoever casts it must give up what they cherish most. The girls agree to warn Winifred of the price of the spell, but they are too late. Winifred becomes all powerful as Mary and Sarah fade to dust. Winifred then grows despondent and begs the teenagers to use their newfound powers to save her sisters. While they cannot save the two, Becca, Cassie, and Izzy join together in a coven and cast a reuniting spell as Winifred happily fades away to be reunited with her sisters. The girls are then joined by Gilbert and Billy, but Billy begins to fade away as well. Realizing that all of Winifred's spells have been undone, he is relieved that he can finally head to his eternal rest. The girls decide to give Book a new home and continue to practice their magic as they walk off into the night in a similar manner as the Sanderson sisters. As they leave, a bird identical to the one that Mother Witch had shapeshifted into flies overhead. In a post-credit scene, Cobweb, Gilbert's cat, hops onto a shelf where another black flame candle sits, hinting that the Sanderson sisters could return once again as our movie comes to its end. Okay, I talked a little bit yesterday. Did this movie really need a sequel? No, I thought Hocus Pocus was darn near perfect, self-contained story. After watching Hocus Pocus 2, do I still feel the same way? And what I'm going to say is 95% yes. With the exception of the prologue that took place in 1653, that showed the townspeople of Salem and the rivalry with the Sanderson sisters and trying to make Winifred marry and her not wanting to, and the banishment of Winifred, escaping with Mary and Sarah. With the exception of all that little bit right there, none of this movie needed to exist. I enjoyed that part because it gave a little bit more backstory into who the Sanderson sisters were and why they became the way they were. But other than that, it was unnecessary. I did overall enjoy the movie, but as far as necessary, not at all. That might be a little confusing to you to talk positively about it as an overall movie, but then badly about it as a sequel. But let's put it this way. If this was the only movie in the saga, I think it would be okay. Not as good as the original, but okay. But trying to watch it in comparison to the original, no. It had its moments. Again, much like in the original, where Bette Midler's sings I Put a Spell on You, this one you had all three witches singing a couple different times, most notably Blondie's One Way or Another, which I thought that was awesome. I do enjoy the fact that Sarah Jessica Parker, Kathy Najimy, Bette Midler, and Doug Jones all came back and reprised their roles. I thought that was good. I liked how they used footage from the original movie for flashback sequences, and you kind of were able to incorporate those characters and actors as well. I thought that was good. But it just didn't need to be made, in my opinion. And I'm curious to know what you guys out there thought of Hocus Pocus 2. When it comes to my rating of it, I'm going to give it 3 out of 5 stars. That may sound a little harsh considering I gave the other one 4.5, may sound kind of fair. I'm curious where you guys are on this. What did you think of Hocus Pocus 2? Am I being too hard on it, or am I right about on the money? Let me know. If you're watching the premiere, thoughts and comments over here. If you're watching on demand later in the day, thoughts and comments down here. But let's have that conversation, that discussion. Let's engage in a debate, friendly, in the comment box below. And make sure you guys tune in tomorrow, right here on the Casa D18 Studios channel, for another brand new installment of Renegades Reviews. And it's the home stretch, baby. From tomorrow all the way through the 31st, we're going to be discussing John Carpenter's franchise, including Rob Zombie's 2 films. The first up, the original 1978 Halloween, starring Jamie Lee Curtis, Donald Pleasance, Nick Castle, PJ Soles, Nancy Keys, Charles Cyphers, Kyle Richards, and Brian Andrews. And then immediately following that, at the top of the following hour, it'll be time once again to open the doors to Stat Boy's Sports Bar. The food is hot, the beer is ice cold, and the seats are warm. So grab a bar stool and enjoy some friendly sports conversation on the NFL, NHL, MLB postseason, all on Stat Boy Sports Bar featuring Dory Lou. You're not going to want to miss out on that right here on the Casa D18 Studios channel, right here on all new episodes of Renegades Reviews, right here on Stat Boy Sports Bar. So much content through the rest of the month. Keep tuning in, enjoying it, sharing it. To all my fans and viewers out there, thank you for joining me and tuning in today. I greatly appreciate it. Make sure you smash that like button. Make sure you're subscribed. Make sure that notification bell is turned on so you don't miss a single video that drops right here on the Casa D18 Studios channel, or when we go live, as is the case with Stat Boy Sports Bar, open mic night, pay-per-view PLE coverage, etc. Make sure you share this video with your family, friends, loved ones, co-workers, movie fanatics, Disney fans, cinephiles, fans of the spooky and witches and Halloween, fans of Bette Midler, Sarah Jessica Parker, Kathy Najimy, Doug Jones. Get this video out there. Anybody that you know that would enjoy this review or any of my content, share the videos. It's the only way we're going to boost up my visibility in YouTube's algorithms so I can eventually get monetized, make some money on these endeavors. Thank you once again to everyone who joined me and tuned in today. It means more to me than you'll ever know. And I will see you guys next time.